All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there onto this like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show to the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Lord, one of your brothers are edified through the spirit. Something that I caught. I tried to look for the original one, but I couldn't. I don't like digging into it. I don't know what the point is. Like a 40-minute speech that she did. I said she 40-minute speech of Mike Obama over here, and his title says it all. So, I guess I gotta say the fair use business. I'm not trying to make nothing out of this. But he caught it right to the point. Anton Daniels right here. And by this, how can I say it? If you thought men and women were split before, this whole democrats, they are the party of destroying families, period. And everything that this thing says shows you the ultimate goal and how it's being accomplished. What I mean by ultimate goal is something that goes back to the garden, which we all know. And this is the 3rd chapter, when the serpent beguiled Eve. And she's telling women to completely disobey your husbands and do what you want to do, because the big bad Trump and all this other nonsense, same rhetoric that they always start to say, and it's clear as day that they are trying to destroy the nuclear family. That's not just a conspiracy, that's a reality. So I'm gonna let this thing play out a little bit, and I'm gonna bring up some precepts and go from there. Matter of fact, before I go, Matthew's, that's the one. 19:6. Well, 19:5. Matter of fact, 19:4. And this is the Lord speaking to the Pharisees who came up to ask him a question about brothers, because according to the culture, if a man marries a woman and he has an untimely death and he left no seed to himself, she was supposed to be able to get with his brother, and the first seed would be that man's seed. All right. In other words, I'll say it like this: the Lord designed men and women to be together. There was not supposed to be no single women out there. All right. That's how the Lord designed it, which He's gonna break it down. So when they ask in the resurrection, which is kind of ironic, when we read up, matter of fact, Matthew 19:1. And it came to pass when Yahushua had finished these sayings, and he departed from Galilee, he came into the coast of Judea beyond Jordan, and a great multitude followed him, and he healed them there. And the Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause? So, according to our law, which is the law of life in general, if a woman, basically, hold on, let me say it right, which he's going to say, but I just want to get a point out. Slack ya. Men and women were created to be together, right? I just made a statement. It was not designed for men all women to be alone. And they knew this. They knew this law. But the Lord's going to break it down. He said, and he answered, said unto them, have you not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female? So there's no multiple genders, how this world would try to push it. I don't know how many genders they have now, but the Lord himself, Yahushua, said they would create male and female. The precept to that is Genesis, the 5th chapter, around 5 and 1. So men and women were created together, but there's a hierarchy, there's an order, and the order is the male and then the female, right? And he said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother and cleave to his wife, and they twine shall be one flesh. And when they twine is what? When the man gets with his wife, which will be a virgin, supposed to be a virgin, he put his seed in her to become one. Scientists today realizing that every man that a woman sleeps with, she carries his DNA. This is why the sperm don't die. It resonates into that woman. That's why she becomes more like him, and more like him. I would say vice versa, but they become one because they share a bond, right? And then ultimately, they'll create new life. That's why the scripture says, be fruitful and multiply. It was said twice. The third time is going to be in the actual kingdom of heaven. All right. First in the beginning, Genesis. Then after was what? Noah. It said, be fruitful and multiply. And soon to be, when all hell breaks loose, America is destroyed, the majority of the people of the earth is taken out, the Lord's going to tell us again to be fruitful and multiply. It says, verse 6, wherefore there are no more twined, so no more two individuals, but one flesh. What therefore the Most High have joined together, let not man put asunder. So who made relationships of individuals? The chemistry between man and women. The Most High. All right. That's why it says this real quick. I had it on deck. Yeah. Proverbs 30 and 19. The way of an eagle. Matter of fact, I got to go up, right? 18. There be three things which are too wonderful for me. Yeah. For which I know not. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, the way of a man with a maid. So what does it mean by a man with his maid? Meaning the bond between a man and his woman. Every man's relationship with his woman and her relationship is a unique relationship. And we all know the dynamic when you meet somebody that they could be said is a toxic relationship. This person should leave that person, and this, that, to the third. Because seemingly, from the outside point of view, you may think it's not healthy. But they have this chemistry, a unique chemistry that technically nobody can understand that. Not even them. That's how the Lord created things. Everybody is unique in their ways. And it's the Most High that put two individuals together. That's why I'm not going to get it, but it tells you, Sirach, a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. All right? Why? Because they was made for each other. It's like a righteous man with a righteous woman. All right? Some things go together extremely well. So Solomon was like, look, that's one thing I can't understand. In other words, when you see individuals that are married or together and you may deem that as not a good relationship, mind your goddamn business. Mind your business, right? So now we're going to see what this demon said, because I ain't going to try to make this too long. I'm going to let this play out. Like I said, I'm not trying to make no money off of this. This is what he caught it at the perfect time. I'm just going to play what this demon said.
Now, I recognize that there are a lot of angry, disillusioned people out there, upset with the slow pace of change. And I get it. It is reasonable to be frustrated. We all know we have a lot more work to do in this country. But to anyone out there thinking about sitting out this election or voting for Donald Trump or a third-party candidate in protest because you're fed up, let me warn you.
Let's get that real quick. These demons, bro. I gotta say it like that, but these are straight up demons, because they don't want the people to be upset with what's going on, or they expect people to be upset, but they expect you to take it. You know? They expect people to just take it, because people just take everything. So they don't expect people to demand the change that they want. They want to control the narrative. But real quick, Proverbs 29:6. I'm sorry. Proverbs 29. Lucky, I don't know what. 7. It says, I'm sorry. Two. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So the people are groaning and moaning because the people that's in power. But once you upset about it, they don't want you to be upset. The scripture says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. So Esau has created a system where you don't have the rights to be mad, but you have, only time you're mad, they control everything. All right? They really control every aspect of what's going on. And all these political games is just games that they playing with the people. All right? It says, Proverbs 29:7 says, the righteous consider the cause of the poor, but the wicked regard not to know it. So they don't care what goes on with you. Each and every last one of them. The feedback that they want is to make people's lives more miserable. So you're wrong for being upset. You're wrong for not doing it the way they want things to be done. Make that make sense. It says, a scornful man bring a city into a snare, which is a trap, but the wise man turn away wrath. If a wise man contendeth with a foolish man, whether he rage or laugh, there is no rest. So let me get back to this. Let this bozo say what they say.
Your rage does not exist in a vacuum. If we don't get this election right, your wife, your daughter, your mother, we as women will...
And this is all pandering. All right. They molded the minds of the soy boys out there. They molded your mind. They want you to be politically inclined to what they say. And if you don't, there's something wrong with you. This is how the world's operating right now. When you're upset, when you see things the way it truly is, and the delusion that they created is no longer affecting you, you're the problem. And this is exactly what they're pushing. You're the fucking problem. You gotta attend to other people and their delusion. Feed into their delusion. And that's exactly what they want. All right? Like J.D. Rockefeller has stated, he want a nation of workers, not a nation of thinkers. Okay? They don't want you to think. They don't want you to see. They want you to remain in darkness and take the narrative. And all these voting, which nobody really nobody elects their leader. The elites elect who's going to be in office. So no matter who's in power, it's still going to bring the same narrative. But let me go with it.
Become collateral damage to your rage. To the eyes of the women and children you love and tell them that you supported this assault on our safety? And to the women listening, we have every right to demand that the men in our lives do better by us.
And there you go. All right, there goes the split. Just let the and when it comes to find out that this is all those years, people's gonna be shocked. But that's the conspiracy. All right, but most conspiracies are true. But to hear this shit, like, you gotta demand. You talking about more friction between men and women? Let it play.
To make these choices clear to the men that we love. Our lives are worth more than their anger and disappointment. And we are more than just baby-making vessels.
The delusions are real. Real quick, get this out the way. 1 Timothy 5 and 1 Timothy 5 and 11. And this is Paul, right? Paul speaking, and he explains the duty of a woman. Well, they can say, "Oh, that was a man." Okay. Whatever. It says 1 Timothy 5 and 11. But the young widows refuse from when they have begun to wax. I'm sorry, I gotta go down. 12. Having the damnation because they have cast off their first faith. Withal they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers, also busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, and give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. And today's modern woman today, they have given the green light to be spoken reproachfully. This is why there's statistics out there stating that the black woman is the most undesirable woman to date, to be with. Because the shit that she does publicly, no man in his right mind wants to be with that. Okay? So they want to take away the fact that what is their natural use. All right, they want to go against their nature to reciprocate and get careers. Now, they want to be equal. World War III is right around the corner. Go down to the military, any branch that you desire, and tell them that you want to be in the front line to that. So all this shit is the adversary, which is going to say the next verse, for some already turned aside after Satan. The majority of women today have completely turned after Satan. There's no more, what's the word I'm looking for? No more privacy in relationships because of this world. Everything has to be public. Everything has to be in display. Why? Because women love it that way. They want to show off the man that they with. They want to tell everybody who they with and so forth. They want to be accepted by other women, which then entails destroy their entire relationship. And they always like to quote about what? Being a virtuous woman. They don't even know what the virtuous woman is. So this demon right here is telling you to be completely disobedient unto your husband. All right? Completely be disobedient unto your husband. And it's going to say more.
Household of men that don't listen to you or value your opinion, just remember that your vote is a private matter.
So given the permission to completely be disobedient, given the green light. And this is why they wanted the black woman to be in a position so she could mislead the other black women to do something more stupid. And this is going to even make the relationship even far worse. This is why if Kamala Harris get into office, you can forget about a relationship. You think it was bad now. All these relationships going to be done and over with. All right? You're going to have complete chaos. Everything out of order, which is things are out of order or as it is. But a lot of people is going to take this advice and destroy their whole entire system. This scripture I had in mind, this is a precept to Revelations, the 3rd chapter. It says, Sirach 28:13, curse the whisperer, double tongue, for such have destroyed many that were at peace. Now, when you go into Genesis, the 3rd chapter, it speaks of the serpent. When you go into the Hebrew word for the serpent is Nakash, which means a wizard. And when you read the excerpts down to the Strong's definition, it tells you a whisperer, somebody that's casting spells. So what happened to Eve, which tells you that she was deceived, she was believed the spell that the serpent told him, which the serpent was the actual man. All right? And he destroyed the whole world by doing what? Telling the woman, Eve, the things that she was not supposed to know, and her not even trying to fight back and tell her husband, and which led us to a cycle of destruction. Same thing's happening now. A backbiting tongue have disquieted many and driven from them nation to nation. Strong cities have it pulled down and overthrow the houses of great men. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to destroy the houses of men in general. All right? This is like the last push. Because if Kamala loses, all those women that want Kamala to get into office and the man ain't do nothing, what do you think's going to happen? There's going to be war within the household over something that has nothing to do with the people in the household, nor their family. It says, a backbiting tongue hath cast out virtuous women and deprived them of their labors. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to deprive them of their natural selves. All right? To be shaped to the monsters that the modern women are today. And this is exactly what the Democrats are doing. Let me let this thing play out.
Regardless of the political views of your partner, you get to choose. You get to use your judgment and cast your vote for yourself and the women in your life. Remember, women, standing up for what is best for us can make the difference in this election. So let us use our voices in these final days to make it plain to the men in our lives that we need to stand not with Trump, but with us.
So basically, you're guilty if you don't pander to them. All right? This is the working of the fucking devil. Let me get 2 more scripts I'm thinking of. It says, I think I'm thinking this one. Isaiah 32. Oh, wait, you know what? The scriptures just say something. Hold on. I think it's the same chapter. 2 Timothy 3:6 was for of this sort are they which crept into houses and led captive silly women laden with sins and laid away with driven lusts. So they following these demons openly. Now what has Biden and Kamala Harris has done for anybody? They haven't done shit. But they want you to believe that they're going to make a difference. And only the fools are going to fall for that shit. All right? Only the fools are going to fall for it because of the simple fact, Scripture tells you, the Lord said that he deprived her of wisdom. Talking about the woman, not talking about the ostrich, talking about the women. Women today are deprived of wisdom. Wisdom comes from the man. All right, Scripture tells you what? Even in Sarah called her husband Lord. Right? But today they don't. It's all about self. Scripture says what? She that live in pleasure is dead while she liveth. So they're pushing these narrative of non-self-control. Do as I will. Destroy your family. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, see? Let me get this instead. Which one is it? It should be 22. Slovakia. Let me get Slovakia. Something that popped in my head. So, oh, it was in Proverbs. I'm thinking now. 14. Was it Proverbs 14 and 1? Let's find out. Proverbs 14. I know. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish pluck it down with her hands. So a wise woman will build up a house, and houses consist of what? Man, woman, children, right? So what she would do? A wise woman, she would help build it out. She would know the proper order. But a foolish woman will pull it down. She will destroy it. This is why you have a lot of single women are an epidemic. Single mothers, sorry, not single women. Single mothers this is an epidemic that's going on out there. And all they did was completely be out of order. And because what this society pushes that this out of order business. He that walketh in his uprightness feareth the Lord, but he that perverse in his ways despise him. And the mouth of fools is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise shall preserve them. So the Lord made men to be, which I was going to get it, Isaiah 34, Isaiah 32 and 2, it says, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, a covert from the tempest, of rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in the weary land. So a man is everything. So only a fool would try to say, like, nope, men, we don't need them, this, that, to the third. When will you women learn? It doesn't work for you. You go against your order, you go against what you was naturally created to be, it doesn't work out. Period. That's why you have a lot of foolish women out there destroying themselves and regretting it because you follow these demons. And when you follow these demons, you destroy yourself. You destroy your whole entire nation. That's too much shit going on right now. And this is why the Lord is going to completely destroy this system. I'm going to just end it off with this. Isaiah 29, 15, 16. It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us? Who knoweth us? So when, what's his name? Nick Rockefeller told Aaron Russo, people was like, oh, he just made that up. There was no such thing. Well, was this a saying in the world? When there's smoke, there's fire. And he made a statement which is clear as day that everybody sees it. When the Rockefellers told him the reason why they allowed feminism, it was to destroy the family and to tax men and women. Guess what? There's a checkpoint in there. Families are destroyed. Men and women are going out. They both have to work. Nobody's got in the household. Who's watching over the kids? This is all part of the plan of the elites. And then when you see certain people in position of power, guess what? Everybody believe, oh, I can make it. I could be that way. And not knowing that these people are fucking lying to you right in front of your face. Right? You think the Rothschilds or all these other elite families have women in a position of great power? No, they know better. But they'll teach the world that. It says, surely your turning of things upside down should be esteemed as a potter's clay. Because the scripture tells you in Jeremiah, the 31st chapter, that the Lord made a new thing under the sun, and a woman should compass a man. So it was never supposed to be like that. But Esau, being the devil that he is, allowed it to happen. Well, guess what? When all hell breaks loose, everything she's saying, oh, you got to think about us. At that moment, at that time, you're going to look for that protection. And that protection is going to come from a man. And now men are tired of women, how they think. All right? They're causing nothing but division in society. But this is all part of the plan. This is all part of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's masterful plan. And a lot of women ain't going to make it. Point blank, period. It says, shall the work say of him that made it, he may be not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, ye have no understanding? So the Lord created Esau to cause all these shits. The do as I will slogan that Alistair Crowley thought he came up out of his ass. That was the Most High and the left-hand side allowing that to happen. To disrupt the whole natural order of things that he created so that way he could put everything back in order. All right? And all you women, the J word is my husband, this, that, to the third, you completely out of order. All right? Completely out of order. The Lord did not establish women to be by themselves, let alone to skip to go to the top. Matter of fact, let me get this and I'm going to end it off in here. 1 Corinthians, what's the 2 Corinthians? 11, 2. Yeah, 11:3. It says, matter of fact, 11:2. I praise you, brethren, that you remember in all things, keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. By what have you know that the head of every man is Mashiach, which is the Lord, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Mashiach is the Most High. So that's the order. All right? So if that's the order, you think the Most High's Son is not going to establish that order? That you just going to jump, skip, and go and say that you were him? No. All right? So with that being said, Shalom to the elected nations. Shalom.